As sounds of the last battles of the war in the north died down, after the last of the soldiers left Lebanese soil, field workers from the Jewish National Fund are still licking their wounds. Unlike the usual fires that hit the forests in normal years, this time the cruelty of the war that was forced on us and the fires set by the falling Katyusha rockets had a severe and punishing impact on the forests of the north.
We are standing in the Mount Naphtali forest, and the total area of this forest is around 2,500 acres, and two-thirds of the forests were burned in the last war.
While most of the residents of the north were in protected bomb shelters, forest rangers from the JNF were outside, running from place to place to put out the fires. Sometimes with Katyusha rockets exploding just a few feet away. As they fight a fire, they hear the battle sounds of Israeli soldiers fighting just across the border.
If we look north, we can see on the far horizon the Lebanese village of Maron Ras. And that village is where there are a lot of fierce battles between the IDF and Hezbollah. It was crazy. I mean, that was the front of the IDF, and here was the civilian front of the war. We had two fronts, but you can see the distance between them. It was very surreal, the whole thing.
This is the face of the battlefront where the foresters of the Jewish National Fund had to fight. The remains of dead trees are dragged out of the forest. Many of them are still piled up on the ash-covered slopes. In the end, all that can be done is assess the damage. 3,000 acres of planted forest and natural woodland burned completely, a total of 750,000 trees. It's amazing to see that against all odds and with outdated equipment, the foresters and volunteers succeeded in putting out most of the fires, salvaging thousands of acres of forest.
The address of the bombs was not the forest, was not the trees. The address was Kiryat Shmona, the people, the houses, the children. And because of that, because of the sacrifice of these trees, we have the duty to build in and to plant new trees and to make back all these forests green again.
But despair isn't in the JNF's dictionary. The day after the war ended, its experts were already planning for rehabilitation of the area, including planting new trees. Israelis who saw what happened during the war began streaming north to the Galilee, offering to help to do something, no matter what.
The Israeli public en masse has been calling us, they've been flooding our phone lines, and they've been asking us, how can we come and help you, the Keren Kayemeth, renew the forests and the damages that have been done. Up to now, we've received, I think, over 20,000 requests for help. Volunteers from all over the country, they're coming from abroad.
When we saw the damage, when we heard about the damage, we saw pictures of it, we said we wanted to go and actually do something in the forest here.
Let's go, let's get it going. Get that chain moving. Come on, guys. All right.
We'll do whatever we can. On future visits, we hope to do our little piece to help rebuild the forest and to make this even more flourishing, because that's really the best answer we can give to the terror and the various problems that Israel faces.
Trees are placed here on the earth for a reason. They are symbolic of life. They produce life, and I think, Israel is what it is because of the trees that it's planted.
It would have been easy to give in to anger and frustration at the sight of the devastation the war left behind, but that is not the way of the JNF.
We are very angry about it, but we cannot fight against angry with more angry, against evil with more evil. What we should do now is to plant the trees, and I hope that everyone will do it in Israel, and the people from abroad will help us, everyone as much as he can.
Now is the time to rebuild, understanding that the damage is much greater than the eye can see.
Our fire trucks really suffered a lot of wear and tear, and we desperately need to replace a good portion of the fire trucks as well.
Not everyone can drop everything and fly to Israel, like Murray Coleman's crew. For those who can't make the trip, there's a clear message.
If you can't make it here at this point, support Israel in any way possible, financially, speaking to other people.
Israel needs your help, needs your support. We need you.
You know, from a historical perspective, it was really tragic for us. We know that it'll take another 50 years to recreate the forests that were destroyed.
And what if another war breaks out in a few years and the forests are burned again?
We will plant it again. I mean, we won't let go. I mean, our duty is to plant the forest, to grow the forest, to take care of the trees, and this is what we are going to do.